Hi everyone, Patrick Rolf here from April. You're about to see two new Home Coffee Brewing videos, both with Martin from Copenhagen. Really exciting videos. We just want to say in advance that we had some issues with one of the mics, so we only have one working mic, which is on him. So we apologize for the audio not really being up to par with what we normally do, but it's two great videos, so we hope you enjoy. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Home Coffee Brewing with April. I'm in Copenhagen, kind of in between trips, and I'm here with Martin, and we're gonna brew some coffee, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Yeah. And you have a pretty geared up, in general, home setup, which is really cool. You see an espresso machine as well. We are gonna try to make an espresso video, just saying. Yeah. But now we're focusing on filter coffee.
Indeed.
Pretty much, right? Even though you actually told me that you like espresso better than filter coffee.
Yeah, I started in filter.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I kind of switched to espresso, and recently got back into fiddling with the pour over filters system again. I also have a couple of different brewers, but right now I'm trying yours.
Yeah,
yours,
really
right?
cool.
Yeah.
And is that something you got from our store, for example, or something you picked up online? Yeah.
I was at the tasting menu.
Yep.
And I bought it there with some coffees and different stuff.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah.
So then fairly new.
Yeah, a month old.
Yeah, very cool.
So
that's super exciting. So then we get to see how you kind of someone is using it that is a little bit new to it, right?
Yeah.
And you still want to brew the coffee you roasted?
Yes.
I think that's super interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to just walk through a little bit of what that means? You roasted your own coffee?
Yeah, I recently bought a Alio Bullet.
Yep.
Not the newest one, but an older model. I had used here in Denmark. Wanted to try and roast it myself. See what that could be like. It's pretty hard to find beans, actually. Yeah. It's one of the hardest parts, finding okay, I want some premium stuff. I want to support some local farmers. Because it's all business. You need to have a CVR number and buy lots of 65, 30 kilos. So just a small home roaster, it's something different actually.
Maybe we can help you with that though.
That would be amazing.
That's a complete side note, but I see no reason why not to. It's also a fun thing to do, right?
Yeah, really. So I've been fiddling in the basement.
Yeah.
We have a hobby room.
Yeah.
Where people work with wood shop and stuff like that, and I roast some coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really. And how long have you been roasting yourself?
About 2 months.
About 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything is quite new.
Yeah, these parts are new. I worked on the espresso for 6-8 months, and then I was okay, let's do something new now. Yeah. Next step.
That's really cool. And that also makes Martin the first home brewer actually that roasted his own coffee, which is kind of cool. But had the other professional coffee professionals involved, right? Yeah. That roasted their own coffee in the series, but actually not a home roaster like this.
No, I'm not a professional in that. And I bought this from a Netherlands shop called Shikunen. I bought some of their coffee earlier.
Okay.
And my neighbor has a subscription.
Yep.
And they sell it kilo bags.
Yep.
So it's a Kenyan coffee, washed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you know, a little bit of a twist here, but do you know, is it Sweet Maria or a Sweet Maria? I think it's an American site.
Yeah.
They're I'm gonna say they're one of the biggest when it comes to selling green coffee to home roasters. So that's also a great option. Yeah. I thought about that now. That's when I started to learn how to roast. I was kind of looking at their website because they have a lot of the small machines.
Yeah, I used Roast Rebels, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. German side, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would actually like to not support a site, but more local coffee shops or farmers.
Fair enough.
I would like to skip that part.
Yeah.
If it was me. So you have to work into the coffee network or go to things.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's super interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's called Gloria Ruby. Yeah.
Gloria Ruby. So is Gloria the farm?
No, we can have a look at it.
Those are company, right?
Yeah. It's from Abisha.
Yep.
I think we can look it up.
Region in Kenya.
Yeah, it's called Gloria Gumiris.
Central Local Producing Group, the now found the RCS. Okay, so sort of a cooperative structure-ish in Kenya.
Yeah.
Really cool. I don't think I've tried anything from that region, so I'm quite interested.
Yeah.
Do you know if it's fresh crop or from last season?
It's from last season.
Last season?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. But it smells really fresh.
Yeah.
You can You can have a try if you want.
It's a green coffee.
Yeah, it's the green one.
I can feel it on the heaviness.
Yeah, and I'll just get some filters for brewing. I don't know.
It's also a thing with Kenyan coffee, right? Because I think the initial quality is so high, so that it stays good for so much longer than a lot of other coffees does, right?
Yeah.
Super interesting.
I tried it on the subscription and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been able to match it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but...
as in with your own roasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I roasted last night, where I think I got closer to like color and... just the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
No, fair enough.
I have to rest.
Yeah. It takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
How long have the coffee we're brewing
This
today?
one is from the 26th of last month. So I have a little bit left. Been handing a little bit out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try it, no?
Yeah.
I'm quite excited.
Yeah, me too.
Walk us through, like I say, gastrobar. Never heard of gastrobar.
No, we had it as a present.
Nah, okay.
Yeah, my girlfriend got it.
Cool.
It has some flaws.
Okay.
But it works. It's a kettle. We can do temp, and it holds okay.
Yeah.
When it starts, it just boils up to 100, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah. So when it says 92 in the beginning, it's 100.
It's 100.
Yeah. So it has a little bit of flaw, but it works okay. And for us, it's important that the family works. So it's used to cooking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Everything here is made not simple, but as a flow of the day. So when my daughter is home, she comes here and she helps with making coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, her own espresso machine.
I saw that.
Yeah. So we try to have the family with us.
I'm sure you get to see that also.
Yeah.
It is very Copenhagen with the coffee, actually.
Yeah.
In like a really nice homey way, right?
Thank you. I'm trying like 13 grams.
13 grams?
Yeah. And I'm going pretty standard April, like 2 pours.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I'm trying your brewer, so I'm trying to keep it pretty simple.
Yeah. That's kind of a big reason behind it as well, I think, right? And we always believe that the general pour technique and the idea can be quite simple, but then you have all of these other variables, right? I mean, I see you have some water minerals there. You have obviously the grinder itself, which is, for the people that don't know what that is,
it's Timemore 078S.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the version that can run espresso as well, very much, right? Which makes sense because you're...
Yeah, it's bought just for that. Like, it can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
And then it has a little bit of a add-on to have the portafilter holder.
Yeah, I know, and that looks actually really cool, right? And I think we're in the next video, we can definitely show you guys how that works as well.
Yeah.
Because that is a really sleek, way to integrate it, actually. It's very nice.
We can talk.
And I haven't seen it before, which is why these homebrewing videos is so fun, because I also see things I've never seen.
Yeah.
Cool. So grind size 8-ish?
Yeah, and it's calibrated as -1.
Okay.
Yeah. In the beginning, it had to be like, what do you call it? When you tune it in.
Yep.
Yeah. And somehow I got below 0 all the time.
You got below 0, okay.
In the beginning, I just had to go so low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I just kept it at -1 and it works with that.
Yeah, perfect.
So
whatever. I mean, numbers is they're an indication for yourself, right? Like
totally.
You don't really. It's very hard in general to transfer numbers in between different setups, right?
Totally.
Also when roasting, I'm sure you noticed that as well.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard. Trying to keep it like between 8.5, usually somewhere in between there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just how we do it. Yeah.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Have you done any adjustments to the RPM?
I think it's full on.
Full on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So high as possible?
Yeah, 1200 I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had it at 800 and a 900. Couldn't really tell the difference.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just cranked it up and said, okay, we do this.
Yeah.
I tried slow feeding it at one point.
Yeah.
That really changes things under this grinder.
It really changes things. Yeah, that's true.
I can't remember which way, but it either where I needed to grind a lot finer or coarser. It's been a while.
Sure. Yeah.
But I tried to just slow feed it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a style, right? Like we once had one homebrewing video, and I think it took almost 2 minutes to grind a dose, and you can always discuss if that makes the coffee so much better, right? But it's an interesting one.
It actually changed the way it grinds the beans.
It does, yeah, 100%.
So,
yeah. Volume in grinders is very, very important for any performance, both for like home grinders and also for commercial professional use.
Yeah. The only thing with this one, I think, is what I don't like is actually this. It's really hard to, like, when we go into the espresso part, not for filter, but for the espresso part, to hit like 4.1 or 2.3.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no real indicator or...
No, because you don't have a good indicator.
Yeah, there's a little red dot out here.
But
so
then you want clearer markers on the top. Yeah.
A click kind of method, something like that could be better, but it works. That's also like, okay, keep it simple.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a 20, 30,000 grinder.
No,
so
sure enough. But I think, I know Timemore quite well, like personally, and then I think there's a lot of, they also want to do better.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they could be able to.
Yeah.
I need to smell it.
Yeah, sure.
This is exciting. Very cool.
Yeah.
And what are we expecting? Are we expecting the aroma notes here, or you're?
I think I'm pretty biased by like Coffee Mind's way of thinking, if you know them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Morten Munkhoff, like, I don't think like a specific fruit. I think more like sweetness or acidity or nuttiness. I try to keep in that range, except if it's like a co-ferment. Okay, I want mango or passion fruit or something like that. So a sweet forward kind of coffee. Yeah. I don't think I roasted it to get the florals. I think it's too dark.
It's a bit more developed, like heavier in the roast.
Yeah, I think I tried to find a sweet spot in some of the later roasters.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's little on the sweet side.
Yeah.
A little bit of bitterness afterwards, maybe, that I don't want there. But again, it's a learning process.
Is there something you do or adjust, like in your brewing setup, when you feel that you have that?
When you wrote it has to be, we had to do it today.
Yeah.
I tested it. And I think I would make a quicker brew time.
Yeah.
Just have it run faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of clean it up a little bit in a way. Yeah.
Because I don't think it's clean enough in itself.
Yeah.
So maybe I can push the brew time below 2 minutes.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Okay.
I tried it earlier and got a pretty sweet cup, but a little bit of, not bitterness, but like roast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have it, it's hard to get away, right? And there's a few things you can think of. Brewing faster is one of them for sure. Degassing or like pre-grinding for longer, for example. So you can do what we do in the store, where we grind the day before, pretty much.
Okay.
We put it in one valve containers, right?
Yeah.
That's one way to do it. But it's also it's when you have it, you have it. It's hard to kind of brew around it, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm okay with it. Like I think it's an okay cup of coffee. Yeah. So just have to rinse the water at the paper filter.
It's also something very satisfying with this whole, like you literally made this cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't farmed the coffee, but you've pretty much done everything else, right?
Yeah, and
which is still pretty cool, right?
And with a family, I don't think I can go to farms at the minute. So
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything with the water minerals?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't have a osmosis facility or something to play with that. Yeah. And I usually actually have a BVT filter pot. Yep. Just ran out of filters, so I'm going on some bottled water.
Some bottled water?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Pretty standard. I don't think that the last one works that well with this. The tonic.
Yep.
I don't think it works well. It brings out some unpleasantness in the coffees when I use it.
When you use tonic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the lilac actually is the best one for this. It could be changed if I took one from another.
No,
shop.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the kind of base water that you're using when you're mixing the minerals in, right?
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, the paper filter is a little off, but I think we'll use it.
No, we can also just
Yeah.
There's always a way. There is a trick. I'll show you later.
Yeah.
So when we do it, but sometimes they're a little bit aggressive. Here we go. That's good.
Perfect. Well, we'll just do the quick one.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Usually I have to empty it, so it's a no-go for my girlfriend.
Now,
So, okay. So the idea is just to go 40 grams of circular pour and 60 grams middle.
center pour.
Yeah.
Cool.
And do it twice, like
Twice,
after
easy.
35, 40 seconds. But I think I want to push it a little bit, so I'm going to pull for higher up.
Okay.
Yeah. See if I can push some more force in when I do the center pour.
Okay.
Just
a
to
bit
see.
more agitation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be good.
Yeah.
But
Let's try it.
we'll have to try.
Nice. It feels like you had that down pretty well.
I made a lot in the morning under pressure from a 2-year-old.
Now,
Then you have to be quick.
yeah, fair enough though.
Yeah.
And you said you explained a little bit before, like you kind of shared a little bit of the kind of journey. You started with a Mocha Master.
Yeah.
Also
a pink Mocha Master, actually.
a pink. Okay, so you have a thing for pink coffee brewers.
Yeah, apparently I just think they just look.
It's also aesthetically,
Yeah.
fits in really well, right?
But they're a little bit off. You don't see like purple things. They're just like
Yeah,
a little bit different. Yeah.
true. That's true.
But yes, we started with that. And then we got the kettle. We wanted that.
Yeah.
And then we had a Wilfa small grinder,
Uh-huh.
like the basic.
Like Svart or the
Yeah,
whatever the other model is.
perfectly. Like, and we used that for like ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, was happy for it. Like,
One of my I always say that, like, in terms of value for money, it's an amazing grinder, I think.
really easy to clean. Such a good one. And then when I got into more filter coffee, more pour over, I bought a Comandante C40.
Yep.
Just like secondhand.
Yep.
Works like a charm, still have it. Use it on every vacation we go on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because it's just easier to have on the go.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're not going to pack that down with...
No. And I'm not allowed as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. As simple as that. But that's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would be like
Pretty
2
much
minutes.
I think
Yeah.
they were kind of on
the dot.
on the spot there. Yeah. And then just so correct me if I'm wrong, but then we've used pure water.
It's
You
just
haven't added any minutes, no?
didn't add anything. Also because I actually thought it was an okay cup of coffee earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. But we can try to change it in the cup. I think that could be quite fun.
So sometimes you add minerals after.
Yeah. I made one of yours, limited.
Yep.
I think it's here. I didn't want to do that one today. The Morito.
Yep.
I really like that, the lilac in. Really citrus, really clean.
Yeah, it gets a bit more.
I just added it in the glass.
In the actual glass.
Yeah.
Sure.
And when I brewed it, it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it depends on what the coffee can do.
Yeah,
I think. So I'll just take this out.
Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we do, because we've designed like our own water mineral recipe now together with APAMs.
Yeah.
That we run also, and quite often we actually end up using it in the coffee after it's brewed. and we get some really good results. It's actually really quite interesting.
Yeah. I think it's easier if you know your coffees. I changed it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like if I have a vacation or we go on a holiday, I buy all kind of things and I throw it in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have like everyday coffee as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we buy like secondhand duck actually, or Nomad coffee, or just buy like 4 or 5 kilos. Just have that like an everyday espresso or something.
Ah, okay. So a bit more. That's interesting.
Yeah, instead of like ruining yourself.
Yeah.
You can buy like not perfect roasted coffee, but it works perfect in an everyday setup.
Yeah, it just fits in. It's still like a good solid cup of coffee.
Yeah,
I hear it.
Exactly. And why not support the industry, like buying some of that?
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
Nice way to look at it, actually.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Let's try it.
Cups.
Cups. Any idea? A pink again? You have
Pink and yellow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Any special thought, or it's just?
I like to drink filter coffee in these ones.
Yeah.
They're from Bornholm's ceramic store.
Yeah. Okay. Bornholm, a tiny island outside of in Denmark, but outside of mainland.
Yeah, and a little bit of an island. Yeah.
I still never been.
You should do it.
I know. I feel so. I'm not Danish, right? I guess it's okay.
But you have to go through Sweden to get there.
That's true, actually. Go back home. I go back home and then I go to Denmark.
So
very cool. So I smelled this already a little bit. So I have go for it, of course. Let's see what we
end
can
up.
get out of it. So I mean, right off the bat, also don't want to give it away too much, but it smells like a Kenyan coffee.
Yeah.
And that's like
Lovely.
step one, and that's a good thing, right? I think that's always like the step one. You mentioned it's a bit of a heavier character. You can smell that as well in the aroma. Like it's more in the kind of dark cherry, boysenberry, blackberry kind of world when it comes to flavor notes.
Yeah.
Which is also really nice, no?
This one is better than I made it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it that you feel is the difference?
The bitterness is turned down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's a bit more rusted.
Yeah.
So that's bound to help always, right? And the two, maybe then because you were a bit more aggressive when you were pouring as well. That's also going to make a big difference. What I get is a very like smooth, well textured cup. You have a little bit of roughness in the end, right? But that comes from the roast. And again, you can't really. It's very hard to brew away the roast character, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's like an under roast or an over roast or whatever shape or form you end up roasting wise.
Yeah, exactly.
It is always very, very difficult to kind of get around.
I tasted it like 20 minutes after I roasted it, just to try something new.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it had a good flavor, but like that bit of roastness is still there. Like now, like 10 days after.
Yeah.
I knew it was there.
Yeah.
So I changed some things and tried something new yesterday.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully it's better, but it's a process, and I don't know if I'm enjoying it all the time, but I'm enjoying
I don't think anyone ever. It's the same with me. Like when I started to roast, right? Like it's there's an enjoyment in learning.
Yeah.
It's the same when you go roasting, you go brewing, and you feel that you understand something you didn't understand before.
Exactly.
You're not gonna like all the coffees you do, right?
No.
Like it took me a very long time, and I still today struggle to some degree, right? Because you always want to make it a little bit better, right? And that takes a little bit of time, and it takes a lot of effort, right?
Yes.
But it's the journey itself that is interesting, right?
It's the fun part. It's the cleaning. I had a deep clean yesterday of the coffee machine.
Yeah.
Okay, the infrared beam probe worked actually better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got some better readings of it.
Yeah.
It's some of the grind work that makes it all worth it. I
Definitely.
think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think that's one of them. And I mean, maybe we should do a home roasting videos in the future as well. It could be kind of cool. But that is one of the challenges with any roast systems, I think, to keep it clean and consistent, because dirty means different more than anything else, right? So the readings are different.
Yeah.
And then if you think the numbers are the same as when it's clean, then everything starts getting really confusing, right?
Yeah, when I started, I got first crack at like 192, 193, and others on like an Alio was like more like 198, 201.
Yeah.
But it made sense when I cleaned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers got better.
Yeah.
So there was some kind of inconsistency. It didn't matter. I just changed it, so I knew right around where my like temperature is. But
Yeah, sure.
But it's a little bit better that I know the things work differently now. And when to change it again. If I see like a dip in the temperature, okay, I know, okay, maybe it's time to just clean a little bit.
Yeah.
And know the machine better. Actually, I think it's a part of the process. Like you can't master it before you know all the bits.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
It takes time. And I'm assuming then you're also roasting by yourself for the espresso machine.
Yeah. But I actually don't change I don't change beans.
No? Okay.
No.
A similar, like an omni roast approach kind of.
No, I drink filter coffee on this one.
Okay.
I just brew them faster. I like 15, 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 to 3 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Really?
do it fast, and I think the taste are really clean. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try something. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this video up, but then we're gonna jump on, and because I want to try this, right? Yeah. But let's first do like a little bit of recap here, right? So Kenyan coffee, Gloria Ruby, kind of a cooperative.
Yeah.
I think we figured out. Green coffee you bought yourself and then roasted here, right?
Yeah.
And then you were running a 13-gram dose.
Yes. And 200 grams of water.
And you're doing a 40-60 pour.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. And then the kind of top circle pour was a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive than usual.
Yeah.
Coffee rested for about 2 weeks now.
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. So we're getting there pretty much.
Yeah.
That's kind of the basics of it. The water that we're using here was basically standard tap water.
Yeah.
With the opportunity of kind of pimping it with a little bit of Apex minerals. Right?
But I don't think it needs pimping. I think the sweetness is actually there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I tried to pimp it earlier. Yeah. Like just to test it, and I didn't think it made a better brew. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted the sweetness in the cup. I got that, but I couldn't take bitterness out of it.
No, okay. Yeah.
I don't know how to do it with these three, but I don't think I can take that roast away. Yeah. It's a good cup of coffee. If someone made it for me, I think, okay, that's quite good.
Yeah, sure.
It's not perfect. I could change some things, but I liked it as it is. Yeah.
And that's the most important part, right? Also when we're brewing at home, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me for this first video. Again, we're going to jump on that second video as well.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of you for watching. As per usual, we're doing a few videos here in Copenhagen, and then I'm off to Japan. So we're going to see a few things coming back to Kyoto, back to Tokyo for some more homebrewing videos as well. As always, subscribe, share, comment, all of this. I know you have questions and thoughts, and we're always really happy to kind of get back to you on them as well. So again, just thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
And thank you for watching. Have a good day. We want to give a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. It's because of you that we are able to continue to make these videos. And we want you all to feel free to always come with suggestions and ideas on the content that you want to see, because we are doing this for you and because of you. Thank you from all of us here at April.